quiet weather sticks around for a little while longer, but cloud cover will be increasing a little bit out to the west at first. We'll see lows in the 40s with a couple of 30s out there for good measure, especially in northeastern KELOLAND. That will set the stage for one more good day. East River, albeit on the breezy side. To the west, more cloud cover builds in, and we start to see some rain as well. That will set the stage for the Thursday and Friday outlook, which we'll go into more detail on coming up in a little bit. But until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, First at 4.
A convicted sex offender is back behind bars after police say that he was naked inside a business in Sioux Falls.
Plus, the issue over gymnastics being cut from the Sioux Falls School District was heard in court today. We'll bring you the latest on the case.
And later, it is not your typical training at the Sanford Pentagon, how the Sioux Falls Sky Force is preparing to save a life. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. A sex offender convicted of 5 sex crimes in Nebraska is now accused of indecent exposure in South Dakota. Investigators say 68-year-old Timothy McGinley was naked inside a laundromat along North Cliff Avenue in Sioux Falls.
Today in court, prosecutors told the judge that a child witnessed last night's incident at the laundromat, but the attorney did not mention McGinley's history of sex crimes. The judge released him from jail, but McGinley cannot be around any children.
One person is dead following a crash in Minnehaha County. Deputies were called to a rollover near the intersection of 254th Street and 471st Avenue. That's just north of Crooks around 1 p.m. The sheriff's office says a vehicle lost control and went into the ditch. Investigators say the driver was thrown from the vehicle and died at the scene. A Sioux Falls man is behind bars, accused of robbing a bank on the west side of the city. 39-year-old Matthew Timoney went into the Wells Fargo near 41st and Marion Road around 9:30 this morning. Police say he showed a cashier a note and was given cash, but he didn't get away with it. Other customers ended up holding him until police arrived.
The Mount Vernon School District says someone recently damaged parts of its downtown auditorium. The district says that someone threw rocks through the windows and then caused more damage inside. Staff say that if it continues, it may have to restrict access to the auditorium because right now it is open to the community to use the gym, exercise equipment, and weight room. The school is asking people to keep a watchful eye on its facilities and to report anything suspicious. All right, let's get a check of the weather forecast, kind of like yesterday, isn't it?
Yeah, we were treated to a pretty nice day, Adam.
Yeah, don't get used to it, though, as we do have some less than ideal conditions on the way as we head later into the week. So if you want to enjoy this, you don't have much time, but by all means, go out there and have that nice evening outside. Go for a nice little evening stroll before the sun sets around, 7 o'clock Central Time. Here's Rapid City right now as we kick things off out in Pennington County. Beautiful blue sky above downtown. 71 with a southeast wind at 13 miles per hour. And we're also looking quite nice here in downtown Sioux Falls with the 10th Street overpass front and center. 64 at the airport, but not much of a breeze to speak of. So it's a nice quiet afternoon in southeastern KELOLAND especially. 70 in Pierre, 70 also for Spearfish, 63. And as you head into Custer, 65 Mulbridge, 60 Aberdeen, but some 50s out there. From Brookings points north to Sisseton, and then Ortonville and Marshall as well. Worthington, not too far off the pace, sitting at 60. So here is visible satellite, and beyond a few little clouds are being kicked up by the terrain of the Black Hills out to the west, and then a few little bits of cloud cover to the east of O'Neill. That is really just about it. It is that clear of a day out there where you just could not lose in terms of a beautiful view. But like I said, that is going to change as we head later into the week. And for some, it'll be as early as tomorrow evening. Now, also for Wednesday night, I do want to mention we could see a couple of thunderstorms with a developing area of low pressure. That's down toward Yankton, Lamar's, and Sioux City. We can go into a little more detail on that later on. But for the time being, we'll be doing pretty well for ourselves as temperatures do gradually climb up into the 60s one more time, at least for southeastern portions of KELOLAND. And we'll continue to see those sunnier skies in place at first before cloud cover increases later in the afternoon. The wind will also pick up East River, so you you will want to keep that in mind. Regardless, it'll still be a seasonable day. To the west, however, it's a different story, with rain building in, the leading edge of our late week system that we've been keeping a close eye on all week. We'll talk about that and the rest of your forecast as we go through the hour.
All right, look forward to it. Thanks a lot, Adam. 13 states, including South Dakota, are opposing a new Massachusetts law involving strict hog housing requirements.
This means states cannot sell or ship pork through Massachusetts if they do not meet the new requirements. The law, which was passed by voters in 2016, requires pigs have enough room to turn around and lie down. The states fighting against the new law say it will cost pork producers across the country hundreds of millions of dollars and dramatically raise pork prices.
Earlier this year, the Supreme Court backed a similar law in California that requires more space for breeding pigs. Some Minnesotans are going back to the classroom to learn about cannabis after the state legalized recreational weed this summer.
The Minnesota Cannabis College has seen a surge in enrollment. Its courses focus on the newly legal plant and industry.
Caroline Cummings with our CBS affiliate reports.
This is a little bit about what we'll be doing today.
Inside this co-working space in Uptown, a cannabis boot camp.
First off, cannabis is a super old domesticated plant.
Here, Minnesotans are learning about home growing, which they can now legally do as of August 1st. And people came prepared with notebooks and textbooks.
But make sure you're keeping this in mind.
It's just one example of what the Minnesota Cannabis College wants to offer Minnesotans ready to grow their own business in the next few years. President Tanner Barris led the course Monday night.
We're starting to get a basic framework of what businesses might be able to look like in the state here. So we're trying to provide any training we can to help support people who want to become part of that.
Barris says more classes are coming online, like business management, cannabis cultivation, and cannabis extraction. The Minnesota Cannabis College also has job assistance to help connect people to jobs in the industry. No, it's not an accredited university.
Cannabis is not really a gateway drug, but it is that gateway drug to agriculture.
It's a nonprofit, but Barris says it's meeting the moment now that marijuana got the green light this year, and interest is high. More than 24 joined Monday's homegrowing 101 class. A lot of the people who attended said they had never grown cannabis before.
We've been having people calling us pretty much every hour of the day asking, hey, I want to become part of this industry. I want to start a business. I'm looking for a job, or I just sort of want to learn more about growing at home. And it's really been sort of us trying to be able to meet that demand.
Caroline Cummings, WCCO News.
And right now, it's legal for Minnesotans to grow their own weed, but only up to 8 plants. There are only a few dispensaries on their tribal land, and it won't be until 2025 before more open up.